Welcome to the Learn to Sew Academy channel. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you.
Welcome back. This is the concluding video on how to make a high-low circle skirt with belts and pockets. Be sure to check out the first video if you haven't seen it yet. I'll be linking that in the description and on this video. Happy viewing! So this is the front of the skirt. This is what I have. So the first thing we're going to do is to attach the pockets. So to do the pockets, we're going to measure 3.5 inches, between 3.5 inches to 4 inches, depending on your preference on how you want the pocket to be, and also depending on your height. So over here I'm going to do 3.5 inches. So this is where my 3.5 inches is. So I'm gonna get one of the pockets. I'm going to be doing right side of the fabric, facing right side, and I'm just gonna pin that down. What we're going to do is we're going to sew this with a straight stitch to attach this pocket. And notice that when we put this pocket on, we want it facing downwards, like we see here. So we're going to do likewise to the other side of the fabric, and we'll do the same thing to the back of the skirt as well. We're just attaching the pockets, right side facing right side, with the pocket slanting downwards. So we look at where the side is for the back. We know this is our center. I still have my pin holding the center. So this is the side. I'm just going to measure my 5 inches on my 3.5 inches on both sides. And I'm going to have my pocket right side to right side, making sure it slants downwards, and I'm just going to pin that in place and go to the sewing machine and sew this across in a straight line. So that's what I'm doing on both sides, on all 4 sides of the skirt. That's the first step. After the pockets are joined, the next is to join the middle of the back of the skirt, the back of the skirt. So that's what we've done here. So this has been joined. We left some part of it open depending on the length of your zipper. Remember, the waistband is 4 inches high, so you have to put that into consideration, and you measure your zipper so you know what is left for you to leave here to complete the length of your zipper. So that's what we have done here. Next, we're going to join the waistband. The waistband, we've already prepped it. Okay, so this is what we have. The fusible interfacing we put on the part that is going to be on the outside, and we're just going to join this. When we're cutting this skirt, if you remember, the radius was 4.13 or thereabout. It was 4.1 something, and we approximated it to 4.25. So because of that, you may have a little bit wider waist, which I actually like, because I would like to put a little bit of pleats, which is what we're going to do in this case. I'll just put a tiny bit of pleat on both sides. I've marked the center of the skirt right here by cutting that middle. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of pleat. Yeah, I want them facing towards the side like that. So I'm just gonna see what the distance is, and I'll put the two pleats like that. So what we're gonna be doing is we're going to do the right side facing right side, and we're going to use the side that has a fusible interfacing. This is very similar to what we did with the gather skirt, and again you can check that out. So I'm going to look for the center of this. I'm going to match it to the center here, and I'm going to just sew that. I'm going to do likewise with the back of the skirt. This is the back of the skirt. So I'm going to take the waistband, which we have prepped to. We have added a fusible interfacing. I'm going to be doing right side to right side on these two, and I'm going to just sew it across like so. Now, because I approximated my circumference to 4.25 instead of the 4.1 that it was, I'm going to have a little bit of extra, which I actually want. So I'm going to use that for gathers. So I'm just going to put a tiny little gather that's going to be facing towards the side of the skirt. The next thing to do is to work on the belt. So we're going to fold the belt right side facing right side, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to start to sew it from here all the way down, and then we're going to sew all across to the end of this belt. We're going to make sure this is aligned properly, and we just sew it with a straight stitch like that. And when that is done, we're going to flip it right side out. I will do likewise with the other belt and flip it right side out as well. So we have turned the belt right side out and ironed it. So the next thing to do is to attach the belt to the waistband. So we're going to attach the belt by putting it in the center. This is the front waistband, so that's where I'm going to be attaching the belt. So I'm going to center the belt to the waistband like so. I'm going to put a pin to hold it in place. And when we place our belt, we want to place it such that the slanted part is pointing upward like this. Then we'll come to the other side and we'll take the other part of the belt and we'll do likewise, making sure that this is pointing upwards. So again, we're going to center this and pin it. Now we can either go to the sewing machine and just sew this direct like that with a straight stitch. We can do this first, or we can take the other part of the skirt and doing right side to right side, we can just match this, the back. This is the back. This is where our zipper is going to go to. Right here is where the zipper goes. So we can match this like this. And we pin it in place. Making sure that we keep the belt out of the way when we start to do this. So we can go ahead and pin all this together. And then after we pin this, we go to the sewing machine and we'll start stitching this using a straight stitch. Being careful not to put your needle, your machine needle, over the pin so you don't break your needle. So we can just go ahead and start stitching, and we'll stitch all across. We want to make sure that the waistband matches properly. So we stitch all across like that, and then we come to the pocket area. When we get here, we hold this part in with this machine needle and we just turn our fabric and start sewing across like that until we get back over here, and then we sew all the way to the end of the skirt, and we'll come to the other side and we'll do likewise. So when we do that, we would have attached both the back and the front of the skirt together, and then we'll proceed to work to complete the waistband. This is looking so gorgeous already. So the next thing we're gonna do now is to finish up the waistband. So we're going to open the seam and then we're going to fold this in and making sure that over here that this is pointing inward. We're going to just cover it like that. We're gonna bring this in like this. If you like, you can first iron this and iron this upward. So we're going to bring it in like this and we're just going to sew it at the edge so that we just have it showing on the outside neatly like that. So we're gonna do that all across and then we'll come to work on our zipper. So that's the second to the last thing we'll do. We'll work on the zipper and then we'll come to the bottom and we'll finish up the bottom of the skirt. So this is what I have so far. It's looking so beautiful already. This is what the final product looks like after installing the zipper and the bottom of the skirt. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to leave us a thumbs up if you like this video and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.